coming. What a beautiful audience, and thank you at home for watching. It's a Christian View, where we take today's hot topics and we weigh it against the Word of God, because God does have a view. Jackie, bullies have been around for a long, long time, and we're going to talk about bullying today, but we're going to talk about physical bullying, playground bullying. I remember growing up, there were always someone in the school everybody was scared of.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Somebody wants to pick on you, but I personally experienced it, and I had kind of shut it out of my memory until we were doing this. I was in the 8th grade, and I went to live with my father in his home for the school year in 4th grade. And this gal just decided she did not like me, and she was going to chase me down. And I would go out to lunch, and I'd bring my lunch and go out on the playground, you know, even though it's 4th grade. And she would follow me all the way around. Just give me the eyes, give me the eyes, give me the eyes. And I'd be like, what did I do? Well, I was the new kid on the block, and so I was just took that point of view. But it's just so important to educate our children what to do when those things happen, and be open to hearing what they're going through, because bullying really leads to suicide, and we have a high rate of teen suicide. In our community, we've experienced it several times. So it's important to teach kindness and love to our children.
It is.
My situation was 4th grade. Never forget it.
Yeah.
Fourth grade.
Identity.
Her name was Deborah. I don't know if she's watching. She started the We Hate Becky Club, and they would bang on the desk, her and 3 girls, we hate Becky, we hate Becky, when I would come into the classroom. So, my dear mother, who's sitting here in the audience today, had a strategy, and she invited Deborah over and to play one afternoon, and that disbanded the We Hate Becky.
Is that wrong?
For you, I don't know what she said or did. To her, she's never told me. But that put an end to it.
Well, I had a bully, and her name was Moo Cat. Yeah, Moo Cat.
Like a bully.
Yeah, and she was a bully, and I used to always avoid her. And one day, she made this girl named Angie, I hope you ain't watching, and jump on me. And I was just walking down the road coming from cheerleading practice, and Angie just jumped out and just hit me out of nowhere, knocked me flat on the street.
Oh, my gosh.
And so I just jumped up and ran home. And my sister said, no, you're going to go back down there, and you're going to face no more. You're going to, and so that's how I overcame my fear of Moo Cat, because she had everybody on the street afraid of her.
Moo Cat,
What's
Boo
so
Cat.
interesting is, like, I read this quote, and it said, what if the person you bullied ended up being the only surgeon and you were in need of surgery?
Do they get bullied like that?
I think I got most of my bullying from my immediate family, my siblings. You know, I learned how to stand up for myself at home. And I remember I was not the child, never usually was the one that was an antagonist, but there was a situation in school once where I was, you know, pretty much being bullied. But of course, me, you know, having to stand up at home, I stood up at school. So when my parents came in for the conference, and my mom was like, okay, she said, I'm gonna tell you before you even start, I know he didn't start it. She said, but one thing about him, he might not have started, but he will finish it. She said, because that's how he is at home. So a lot of times, you know, I think we think bullying, and we don't advocate necessarily violence. That's not what we're saying from the show. But isn't that what God did with the Philistines, you know, when Goliath.
I don't know about violence, but I'll tell you one thing. Well, I drove up to the schoolyard one day when Jason was little. He's probably in 3rd grade, 4th grade. I drove up to pick him up after school, and I got there a little early. And what I saw was he was laying on the ground, and there was a boy on top of him. I jumped out of my car. I went flying out there. I grabbed that child off of him. I threw him aside, and I said, don't you ever do that. They were playing.
That's right on so many levels today, anyway. No touching, empower your child.
Defects, jail time.
Nowadays, they would be at my door before I got home, wouldn't they?
But the thing is, bullying's so prevalent today, so it comes out of our words. We don't even know we're doing it. Maybe not us, but, you know, we observe it through other communication forms. And so
well, you know, there's signs, too, that parents have to watch for. Your kid not wanting to go to school. You know, something's hurting. they just don't want to go to school anymore.
Avoiding the party on Friday that everybody else is going to.
Yeah, you can
they know.
you can tell a real change in your child if you really watch. You know that there's something there. But the thing is, I don't know how to advise a child. I do not know. Do you? You had boys.
Yeah.
It's hard to advise them.
Yeah, and there are times when we have to step in as a parent, and they need to see us stepping in and to know my parent is engaged, my parent cares about me, and my parent's here to fight for me.
But also not prematurely, because I think it makes them feel too vulnerable and disempowers them.
True. You
But
have
it's
to
great
pray.
today. I think we have a great team of counselors at school.
Yeah.
There's also programs where they get education, so they have some other tools.
Yeah.
And sometimes just talking amongst their friends is one way to help them figure out how to address
A lot
that.
of schools have conflict resolution programs in place where you bring the kids together and they get to talk about what their issues are. And a lot of times what you find is similar to probably what was going on with you. The little girl was jealous of you, or she really wanted to be friends with you, so she started a campaign to really kind of discredit you. Yes.
I wasn't completely innocent, so I don't know.
And a lot of times bullies are just looking for attention. They want to be accepted.
Yeah.
And so they intimidate other children who are more, or less who are able to just be intimidated easily to persuade them to come on their
Sometimes they just be acting out what they see Daddy do at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
That's true.
Or
A lot
mama.
of times a child is being bullied is not going to tell a parent.
They're not going to tell.
You know, the
They don't
times-
want Mama involved.
Right, they're embarrassed.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
don't know what to do about it.
And I think it's so sad.
Yeah.
Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to talk about another form of bullying, verbal bullying. Stay with us.